Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to this video lecture series in which we are talking about neural networks and deep learning. So what we have basically seen in the previous video lecture is that we were working on the overview of the neural networks and we have seen quite a few steps as the forward pause known as the forward propagation in the computation graph, which is used to find the final output of the neural network. And then we have seen the backward pause or the backward propagation step that is basically used to find the gradient of the neural network, or what is often called as the derivative of the neural network. Now, in this video lecture, we are going to see that how we can represent a neural network, and we are going to learn quite a few number of notations that we are going to use to represent the neural network. And while learning this representation is important because in the further video lectures we are going to see these representations or these notations quite often, and it is very much essential to have a standard notation so that there would not be any kind of confusion in the future video lectures. Okay, so let us continue over in this video lecture. So now this is a very simple neural network that we have often seen in the previous video lectures also. And what are basically the three parts of this neural network? Okay, so now I am marking this. So basically this x1, x2 and x3 represent the input layer of the neural network. Okay, this x1, x2 and x3 are the input layer, is the input layer of the neural network. This layer or a stack of these four nodes is basically known as the hidden layer. Now why this layer is called as the hidden layer, I would tell you in a second. And this layer, that is with only one node, this is referred to as the output layer. Okay, so we can see here that technically this neural network is a very simple one, and it is made up of three layers. That is, we have one input layer, we have one hidden layer, and we have one output layer. This hidden layer has all the input, that is x1, x2, x2 and x3, that are the part of the input feature vector x. Okay, so this comprises of the input layer. Now talking about the output layer, so output layer is basically comprising of a single node, and this layer or the single node is responsible for finding out the final output, that is the final predicted outcome y hat of this neural network. Okay, and why we call the middle layer as the hidden layer, because all the implementation of this middle layer or the hidden layer, middle layer or the hidden layer has been totally hidden to us, because we don't know what is the input to this hidden layer and what is the output that comes and goes to the input as this output layer. Okay, so all the implementation what is going on inside this layer is totally hidden to us, and this is all the power of computation of a neural network, that it takes up some of its operation and finally gives you the correct output. Okay, so it finds and recognizes by itself that what amount or what input it has to take from x1, x2 and x3, that is the input layer, and what is the output it has to give to the output layer, so that you get a very close prediction of y hat. Okay, so this is basically the three layers, that is one input layer, one hidden layer and one output layer. Okay, now coming up to the notation, suppose that this layer is represented, that is the input layer is represented as the zero layer, and this comprises of the input feature vectors x. Okay, which is x1, x2, x3 and so on if we have a very big neural network. And these nodes of the second layer, that is the hidden layer, can be represented as a2. Okay, and the node of the third layer, sorry, this can be represented as A1 and this can be represented as A2. Okay. And what is the notation for individual node? We can write this as A for layer 1 and this is the node 1. A for layer 1, this is the node 2. A 1 3, A 1 4. Okay, so overall for the layer 1 we have 4 nodes, and this hidden layer can be represented in the form of a column vector, as we can write A1 equal to A1 1, A1 2, A1 3 and A1 4. Okay, so these are the 4 elements of this column vector A1. And for the output layer we have only one node, so this node would be represented as A. Since we are in the layer 2, so write as 2, and this is the one and the only node, first and the only node of the output layer, so it would be represented as A21. Okay, and basically whatever the output or the prediction we are getting here, this is only the A21 that we are getting as a form of an output, predicted output y hat. Okay, so now one thing very interesting to learn about this neural network is basically this neural network is a 2-layer neural network. Okay, now you would be having some confusion that previously I have said that this neural network has 3 layers, that is one input layer, one hidden layer and a one output layer. But this is just a technical notation that we say that this neural network is made up of 3 layers. But if you study theoretically and if you follow several research paper, then you can see that in each and every research paper, this input layer is not at all counted as a layer. Okay, so the counting of layers begin with from hidden layer and it goes on till the output layers. Okay, so we need to exclude the input layer while counting the layers in the neural network according to the research papers. Okay, so this neural network is often termed as the 2-layer neural network. I hope there would not have been any confusion till now in this video lecture. Okay, so now we have these variables. Now for the hidden layer and for the output layer, we also need to have some parameters, that is W and B, as we have seen in the previous video lectures. Okay, because these are the only parameters that we are going to tune, and our output is going to change according to the tuning in these parameters. Okay, so for having these parameters for the hidden layer, and for the first hidden layer we have the parameters as W1 and B1. And if I am taking the parameters for the output layer, that is the layer 2, so the parameters would be W2 and B2. Okay, now if I need to find the dimensions of these parameters W1 and B1, so the dimensions of my parameter W1 would be 4 cross 3 matrix, and B would be matrix of dimension 4 cross 1. Okay, now why I'm writing these dimensions? Because the dimensions of W would be 4 comma 3, because this hidden layer, that is the layer 1, is having 4 nodes, so we mentioned 4 here, and 3 is because we are getting 3 inputs, that is x1, x2 and x3. Okay, so this is how the 4 cross 3 dimension came for the parameter W1. And while writing B1, we have 4 nodes again in the hidden layer, and this B is basically the base value, and this is in the form of a real number, so this would be a 4 cross 1 matrix only. and you need to write the dimensions of W2 and B2. So basically there is only one element in the output layer, that is the layer 2. So this matrix would be of the dimension 1 comma 4, because 1 represents basically the one node in the output layer, and 4 because 4 nodes of the hidden layer would be acting as an input for this node. Okay, so 4 is written because of this reason. And for writing the dimensions of parameter b, we have the dimension of parameter b as 1 cross 1. 1 because we have only one node in this output layer, and here 1 because this would be in the form of a real number, so this would be a 1 cross 1 matrix. Okay, so I hope these dimensions are also clear to you. So this much for today in this video lecture. I hope this video lecture would have been very much informative to you. And in the next video lecture, we are going to see that basically what is the computation that is going on this hidden layer, and actually how the output y hat is coming over to us because of all the calculations that we are performing inside this neural network. Okay, so we are going to see that how computations are basically going to be handled in this video lecture. So thanks for watching this video lecture. I hope this lecture would have been very much informative to you. If you really like this video lecture, then hit the like button. If you want to receive the updates regarding these video lectures, then hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to share my videos with your friends who are working in the field of neural networks and deep learning. Also, you can write me in the comment section that whether there is a part in the video lecture which is not quite much clear to you. So I'll try to explain those concepts again over to you in the form of a new example. So thank you so much.